What's up, guys? Xadanar here. Today I'm going to go over a Photoshop tutorial again, but this time it's actually my voice in it. Unlike my last one I had, where it did not have voice in it, and that was just on accident. So I'm really sorry about that. So pretty much what we're going to go over here is how to make like an in-game overlay, like you see like Cat has, or pretty much all these big teams have these overlays, and they look really cool. I'm pretty much what I'm going to show you here is how to make a simple overlay that looks pretty good for just a couple minutes of work. Or maybe it'll be a little bit more than a couple minutes. You kind of just lose yourself if, when you start working on this kind of stuff. So pretty much what you're going to do, is start a shape layer that goes over about this area, just pretty much to cover up the action bar, or the hotkey bar, or whatever you want to call it. So it takes up about this much room, and then you're going to want to move this below this layer, so you can actually trace everything out with the polygon tool. You're also going to rasterize this layer. Simplest way to do that is like hit the eraser tool, hit in the area, and then it will say this shape must be rasterized before proceeding. Would you like to rasterize the shape? And you hit OK. So now you so now that this is rasterized, you can make edits to it, like removing stuff and adding stuff. Now what you're going to do is actually select the layer 0 again after you've unlocked it. You don't have to unlock it. I prefer to, actually I think you do have to unlock it because you have to be able to move the shape below. And you're just going to want to move that below it. And you're going to zoom in just so you have a pretty good area to edit everything. And select this rectangle again. So now what you have selected is you have selected the rectangle, and now you have this room, and you can see over the top of this overlay, or over the top of the rectangle with this to make the shape, or to work out the shape. So what you want to do is just trace out a simple shape, a simple one. The hardest part is actually getting, hold on, alright, deselect that, that's horrible. The hardest part is getting is to fit all the races, being Zerg. Most people actually make overlays just for us to make it for, like, they'll use like the Terran overlay, or they'll use like the Terran shape to make the overlay, and that's probably the worst thing you can do, just because the Zerg and the Protoss are actually larger, their shapes are actually larger than the larger than the Terran overlay. So what you're going to do is pretty much cut right off the top of the action bar, move over a little bit over to the other side, reach over the top again. Once again, it does not have to be angles like this. You can make it however you want. I remember my older overlays used to just be like a box. And then what you're going to do after you select, this is also using the polygon tool, and you're just going to select that area like there, and then you're going to delete. And as you guys can see here, I deleted that, and that's the shape. This little part right there is fine, whatever, that was just me overshooting a little bit. So if you bring this over the top now, and you put this in the background, it covers up all this gunk right here, all this area right here. And now to get these parts of the action, of the overlay in, you're going to want to go back into the polygon tool. Actually, I'll tell you exactly what polygon tool this is. This is the polygon lasso tool. Let me see if you guys are wondering. Sometimes it's kind of buggy. Usually it's really good for me at least. It acts pretty good. This next part is pretty optional. You don't have to cut out like this part, all the hotkeys and stuff. Some people prefer it to put in their overlays, or to put in their like webcams. I prefer using a part I'll show later. You're gonna just kind of get out this shape, this main shape a little bit. It's kind of hard just because you don't have, there's not good contrast with the background, so it's hard to get like a really tight fit, which is usually makes it look makes it look really good compared to the other stuff, or compared to it not being tight, I guess. Just gonna close that up and delete, and then come over here to all the units that you select. It's also nice to get this all the way, just so you're not, I actually like to undercut this just a tad bit, just because it'll look a little bit better. I'm going to move this in, and just pretty much make the shape as tight as possible, if not tighter. It's not very important to have this part that I added in here, that I added in by accident. And this should deselect that. And just delete. So now you put this back under, and you have this area selected. And now you're starting to see how everything fits in, and you'll do effects to it afterwards as well. Next part, I don't really use the polygon tool. You can make it fit a lot better, but I just simply just to grab the marquee tool, which is the dotted line. It's over here, dotted line. It's called the marquee tool. It's pretty simple to use, and you just not trying to make too precise of a shape for this mini map. I can understand if you want to like try to cut out some of that, but it's hardly visible. And then same thing for the timer. What a lot of overlay makers actually don't do is they'll make like this shape for the timer right here, and as you progress later into the game, you won't be able to see as much. So I kind of like overshoot it just a tad bit, just so you can see the whole entire shape, or all of the letters. And now, as you guys can see, it fits pretty tight, looks pretty nice. And this is where I'll put in my webcam. I'll either do it right here, in this area over here. Not sure how well you guys can see that, or I'll do it in this area over here. Usually I'll do it over here just because I want to put like my text. Something that they teach you, like in graphic design and stuff like that, is since people read left from right, like the American language, it's always good to put like important information over on the left, like the menu tabs, all that other stuff, because that's the first thing you'll see. So if you put in an ad or a logo, you always want it on the left side, usually the upper left. But since the action bar can't really be in the upper left, you can actually do stuff over here. I prefer not to do that because I don't have the little F10 and all that other stuff up here, all those function key spot escape. But you can actually, it's best to put it here because you can put your social media area and stuff over here to put, you know, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all that stuff. And so I'll put my webcam over here and just kind of line it up a little bit, get it off a little. You want to make it so it's fairly symmetrical, fairly good area that it covers. I actually have it set to 16:9. If you go to fixed ratio in the style of this marquee tool, you can get it to set at that. And then you want to just kind of level it up with that. Delete that. Oops, wrong button. Make sure you have the rectangle selected, and you're just going to delete that area right there, and now my webcam will fit right there. And after that, I can just select this whole entire thing and go into the brushes, which adds all the detail and that kind of all that good stuff. The detail is really, it adds a lot more to the brushes, or to the shapes, all the shapes that you have. I'm not sure exactly what all these shapes are here. I'm just kind of checking out through all the brushes here. It's always what you like best. So I'm probably not going to use that. Unfortunately, with Photoshop, you can't really go back all the way if you decide, okay, well, I don't like this whole entire idea. You have to kind of go into the so let's show this wood texture. And just kind of add that in here. And don't try to make it too repetitive, but I mean, you can change the color as well. I like to have it darker on the middle, so let's say I decide I don't like this. You can go through the history, since Control-Z only works so far. Move all the way back to the beginning. Open this back up again, and go load brushes again, and just find something you like. Just trying to find something special. Let's go spirals. So that adds kind of a cool effect to it. Maybe make that a little bit smaller. This is pretty much just like, this is almost a whole new world of the design process. And if you click over it, it'll constantly make it darker. Like if I go like this, or if I just keep clicking it like that, it'll completely change the color of my background. Maybe you can try something like this. It's just depending on what brushes you like. Like I said, once again, this part is not crucial to the thing. It just kind of adds detail to it. So if you want a brush, you can use brushes. I prefer to use brushes. Websites, you can pretty much just Google anything. If you want a special font or something like that, just Google it. I'm pretty much gonna leave it like this right now for this video, just because it's kind of dragging on, and I'm starting to repeat myself here a little bit. But you just put, like I said, once again, over in this area right here, you're gonna want to put your information, all that other stuff. In this area, I prefer to put a webcam. If you don't have a webcam, you can put sponsors. If you don't have sponsors, you can put more social media stuff. And that's just kind of a simple way to make this shape and overlay. The overlay of this by just putting the shape over the top and tracing out how you like, instead of having to do like all this intricate, shape, and then it looks really blocky and stuff like that. Alright guys, hasta luego. Love you guys. Remember to follow, subscribe, hit follow on my Twitch page, and follow me on Twitter. All that stuff is below, and in the description below. I hope you guys do enjoy these videos. Love you guys.